Well, it's never easy,
Sure.
right? You know how it is.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's always going to make me emotional thinking about that stuff from your perspective and from my perspective, because I put myself in your shoes. Because I woke up from a coma on the way to a surgery room, and they, gave me a clipboard and said, "We got to take your leg. We need you to sign this now.
Oh
If we don't, we're going to have to take it later, and it's going to be higher up." And so they gave me a choice, but didn't really give me a choice. And
Right.
I didn't know what had happened. I didn't know why I was there. I
Oh.
didn't remember the accident. I just know that I woke up in a hospital and they told me they got to take my leg. And
Wow.
so just imagining from your perspective where, you're awake this whole time, you know what happened and what's going on, but you also don't know to the extent. And then
Right.
you get there and, hey, we got to take both, and that's, it's, my heart goes out to you, because I know that that's, no matter how strong of a front you put up, that's something that no one can prepare themselves for.
No.
Yeah.
No. And I think, if somebody would have told me before, like, this is going to happen to you,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and you're going to have to deal with this, I probably would have been like, no, just I'm done. Just take me right now,
I agree.
Yeah. But then again, like there was a saying that I love. It's something like, you don't know how strong you are until strong is all you can be.
Yeah.
Meaning it's just either you decide that you're not going to live anymore and whatever, just check out of life.
Yep.
Or, I wasn't ready to do that. You know,
Sounds like you made that decision there when it happened.
And I've since felt that, everybody's got something, you don't have to get blown up or lose a limb.
Yeah.
Everybody's got something.
Absolutely.
That's challenging
and it's the biggest thing in the world to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that everyone has the strength within.
Yep.
And you need to find it.
Yeah.
It's
you gotta
scary.
Choose it.
Yeah, it's scary. And trust me, I still have days where, I wake up in the morning or I don't sleep all night, and it's kind of a couch day or a bed day.
Yeah.
Maybe just watch TV and chill or something.
Of course. Yeah.
I'm fortunate that I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people that live with pain, they don't have a choice but to go to work every day and just, suffer through everything.
Yeah.
But I felt early on that, of course, my heart broke for the people that died that day.
Yes, ma'am.
And they didn't have a choice, like their lives were just taken away.
Yeah.
And I really felt like if I stayed angry or bitter or even just sad, like depressed, I mean, you can't, that's tricky because you can't just not be depressed.
Of course. Yeah.
But
choosing to step out of that depression.
Yeah. Well, trying to, like we honestly would like watch America's Funniest Home Videos or something like on our phones or our iPad or something, to just anything silly, animal videos.
Yeah.
To just be lighthearted and get you out of your head.
Yeah. What I like to say is trick the mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I honestly feel like that is the best way to honor those people that passed, their memory.
Absolutely.
I was given, I don't know why but I was given this sort of second chance
Yeah.
at life.
Absolutely were. Yeah.
And, you know, it would just be terrible to waste it.
Yep.
They didn't have a chance to go on and finish their dreams or, you know, fulfill things in their life that they wanted. And so it's very important to me to live, you know, with the intent that I'm going to try and pay it forward.
Yeah.
So many people came to visit us in the hospital, other amputees and stuff, and that got me through.
Yeah.
So, of course, I want to do that for other people whenever I can.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the support side of things is huge. You know,
It is.
it's a lot of people that I've met over the years that haven't been able to make or have the strength, I guess, as you and I to, you know, rise above the challenges, or not even rise above the challenges, but just to mentally be able to continue on and do your thing, right?
Yeah.
And live life.
Yeah.
A lot of those people, it's because they didn't have the support.
Yes.
And so I think, you know, I hold true to that in a big way, where after my accident, you know, I had endless support. People coming, I was in the hospital for almost a year, and there was someone there almost every single day, if not multiple people for the whole time.
Wow.
And so it was just having those people there to make me want to be me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
To bring you back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to give up, because
Yeah.
like you said, when you're laying there and made that decision and made that choice, like, this is no, like, no, it's not time.
Yeah.
It's not that time. You got to fight. You know, I think when you go through a life or death situation, you have to make that choice, right? And I think everyone that I've spoken to that's gone through that sort of, you know, life-altering moment where there is a life or death situation, it's, you know, finding that within yourself that it's not your time, or you have the fight inside of you to just keep going. And I think the body responds back to that too, you know, because to quote your husband about golf, you know, I just said it recently, you know, it's 99% mental, 1% physical in golf. Well, I think it's very similar in life. You know, it's up to you to choose what you're going to do with your situation. You know, it's how you're going to come out of what you went through is all up here, you know? And so again, with that support too, is without that support, it's really hard to find that within yourself. And you had your daughters, which I think is, I'm sorry, your daughter, I just did it again, your daughter and your son, and your husband there. And I think that's amazing, because I think that's another step of in your brain, you know, you have someone or something to fight for. I have a daughter now. I didn't have a daughter at the time.
Wow. Yeah.
But I had friends and a girlfriend who's now my wife, and I wanted to fight for them. And, you know, everyone always thought that, you know, I was okay, right? Like I was handling it better than I should have because I had a smile on my face or this or that. And I was laughing and joking. I had a feeling I was going to ask you that.
Yeah.
That's like, what I was leading to.
She hasn't really, it hasn't really set in yet or something, you know, and I'd be like,
it does.
I'm like, no, I could see the smile or cry.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. You got one or the other. Right. And so it's a choice of which one you want to do.
Totally.
Which route do you want to take?
Totally. And there's some days where crying wins for me, you know, like I often tell people, like, I cry I've always been emotional and I can cry at the drop of a hat. So, and it's probably because I am emotional that I feel this way. I don't see it as a weakness.
Absolutely. Yeah. I've learned to think similarly.
You know what? I think I don't want to be tested anymore, but I think I could handle anything. I might be crying through it, but I'm going to get through it.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think there's a sense of resilience and strength that you get from what you go through, of course, that makes you feel like you can handle the world, right? While at the same time not understanding how you can handle your world, if that makes sense.